Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here. Don't forget to subscribe. But today, I want to talk about training AI because we have to assume that everything we're doing online is basically training AI now. Now, what brought this into my mind as I'm thinking about it, and obviously I'm sitting here traveling. If you are watching this, you know I'm not in my normal office. There was a BBC article entitled WeTransfer says files not used to train AI after backlash. Now, here's what's going on with that, and I think this is actually a really good primer to get everybody, including myself, thinking about it. But WeTransfer, the file transfer organization, has confirmed that they do not use files uploaded to their platform to train artificial intelligence or AI models. The file sharing company basically has received a lot of criticism from its customers, obviously on social media, but they changed their terms of services. And many interpreted that as them basically saying, well, we have the rights to use files for AI training, meaning I upload a Word document to WeTransfer, now they can ingest that, train on that, etc. Well, maybe that's sensitive and I don't want them to do that, right? So a WeTransfer spokesperson said, and I quote, "We don't use machine learning or any form of AI to process content shared via WeTransfer, nor do we sell content or data to any third parties," end quote. So they've now updated their terms of service, saying they've, quote, "made the language easier to understand," end quote, in order to avoid future confusion. WeTransfer also said that the clause initially added, quote, "include the possibility of using AI to improve content moderation," end quote. And basically, that's the issue, the crux of this, right? That they were doing this to basically identify harmful content, et cetera, but not to train artificial intelligence. My point here is simply this. Our default position, and I don't care who you are, your default position, my default position, our default position should be that we have to simply assume that all platforms are using our messages, our files, our video chats, our meeting notes, et cetera, to essentially train their artificial intelligence to learn on us until we know otherwise. Automatically assume, especially if it's free to you, you're the product, but any platform, even if you're paying for it, you should understand or by default assume they're going to train an artificial intelligence in some way or form. The best example I have of this is actually Slack. I did a segment on this something like a year ago, but Slack, even if you are a paying customer, quietly changed their policy to start training essentially on what we thought were private messages, group chats, whatever you're doing in Slack, the collaborative messaging platform. And a lot of businesses use Slack as well as personal. They've got a free edition, and obviously you can pay for it as well. So they made us jump through hoops to opt out. They opted everybody in essentially by default. So you had to go and email somebody to say, I wish to opt out. They made it really convoluted. You could only do it if you were the account owner, as opposed to the administrator of it, which became headaches for larger organizations because they opted us in by default. So I say all of that to say, simply assume right now that if you are on any kind of platform, they're going to train on this. Google, for example, has a whole bunch of different apps that you can install on your phones. You can use Google Messages to unify your messaging. So if you have, let's say, 2, 3, 4, 10 different cell phones for whatever reason with different numbers, you can use your Google account. So when you get a text from one, you can see the text everywhere and then reply as disparate numbers, et cetera. These are things that we need to make sure we're understanding because Google has also integrated Gemini into that. So if you see it, you'll get messages that say, hey, I'm Gemini and I would love to interact with you here in your text messaging platform. Well, now you just have to assume every text message you've sent, good, bad, ugly, or risque, can now be assumed and ingested by Google's Gemini AI until they tell us otherwise. This is a thing. We don't read the fine print. We simply click yes, accept whatever, because we want to get on with our lives. And here we are opting into everything. So make sure you are taking the mindset of that filter of distrust in your technological life of they're data mining us until I hear otherwise, or they're going to data mine us until I opt out, in which case, once you sign up, opt out immediately. And then I guess we have to assume they're actually going to opt you out because they changed their policies and then opt us back in. So take that for what it's worth, but I'm not a fan of any of this, nor should you be as well. And please like, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter, Nick AESP, and please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private, informed, and secure. Take care.